friends, today we are going to learn part 2 of the lesson The New Dress written by Virginia Woolf. This lesson is little lengthy, so I have divided it in 3 parts to help you for better understanding. If we go slowly, paragraph wise and page wise, it will help you for thorough understanding of the text. My one more suggestion is that students, the emotional turmoil that Mabel is experiences in the party is described by giving lot of images, devices and instances. So read the text and watch the videos again and again so that you can you can solve the activities comfortably. Let us begin part 2. In the first part, we saw Mabel became nervous at party. She became sure that yellow dress did not suit her and all the guests are pointing out at her, laughing at her continuously. Of course, we know that it was nothing but her negativity, her inferior complex. Her face fell literally at that moment. She could not face the whole horror. The pale yellow, idiotically old-fashioned silk dress with its long skirt and its high sleeves and its vest. Everything looked charming, but not on her, not on ordinary people like her, she thought. Out of her frustration, she felt like a dressmaker's dummy, standing there for the people to stick pin into. Further, she made Mrs. Ruth Shaw, who gave her compliment that Mabel looks charming. But the way she spoke, the manner she spoke, seemed satirical, sarcastic. And again Mabel felt nervous. Poor Mabel felt like flies that crawl over the edge of saucer. She recalled the tags of Shakespeare that she had read ages before. Friends, here we can notice one thing strongly, that overreading of Mabel had shaped some of her concepts odd. She was trying to match those bookish things with the real world, with real life. She was feeling like those flies which crawl slowly out of saucer of milk with their wings stuck together. We are continuing with page 46. All others were dragonflies, butterflies, beautiful insects, dancing, enjoying, but she herself was just dragging up out of saucer. So, this imagination of Mabel, her unrealistic thinking, makes us know that overreading had affected her emotions and she was thinking in negative terms every time. It was all making her so sad every now and then. Robert Haddon was one more fellow who gave the expression in polite manner. But the only truth she could conclude from his speech and action was that he was criticizing her, so she felt bad. Her confused mind went back to think that the sweet lady Miss Milan, her dressmaker, she recalled her for a moment, her lot of efforts to make Mabel beautiful by heart. She was overwhelmed with the feeling of Miss Milan, her honest efforts to make Mabel look charming. It was Miss Milan who did everything with love. Thus, she became emotional about Miss Milan. How sweet that lady is, she thought. The only moment Miss Milan had handed over the mirror to show her that she is looking gorgeous was pleasant moment. Otherwise, at party, she was feeling totally dull. So, what was lacking, friends? Mabel's confidence, the horrible negativity that chased her constantly in spite of wearing the outfit of her own choice. We are continuing with page 47. Now, in spite of having 2 children, Mabel did not have her own principles, her own set of beliefs. She lacked that confidence. She was almost 40 years old now. How strange is it to depend on everyone's approval for minor things in her mid phase of life? Especially her weakness, her inferior complex was being stronger in public gatherings and making her restless, just like at party. So all the time she could see little bits of paper of her yellow dress in a round looking glass that made the bits like boot buttons or tadpoles. So, how the stream of consciousness technique is focused by Virginia Woolf, we come to know it. The next one guest was that saw a Charles Bird. The next one guest was Charles Bird, from whom she expected that he will call her charming. Perhaps she will get relief. His words would have changed her life, but he spoke nothing, just nothing, as he was basically rude by nature. After some time, as he came near, he said, Mabel has worn new dress. Now, the manner he spoke the sentence, she was again thrown like a fly in milk. She was trying to get rid of. Mrs. Holman was the next guest she confronted with. This lady was in trouble always with family problems. So conversation with her was just boring. Moreover, Mabel did not get any appreciation from this lady as she wished. We are continuing with page 48-49. Wearing yellow dress was like penance that she deserved. She felt it strongly. So all these negative feelings again haunted her. If she had been modern like Ruth Shaw, she could get the appreciation of the guest she thought. All those things were just play of mind. The storm in her mind was making her nervous every now and then. Now we are continuing with page 50. Friends, horrible thoughts were running in her mind continuously. Her inner voice started torturing her, comparing with horrible things. It was not her fault actually. The strong reason was her domestic tragedy. It was a family of 10 members. Poor family with poor financial conditions and which could not fulfill her desires, her dreams, and all these things had affected her emotions. Here we realize the tragedy of life of Mabel Warren. Thank you so much. We'll continue with next part.